Hood Postman, City, Hood, Click. Let's go.
About humanity, putting truth in these lines while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray we all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is gonna send you big. Lock the door.
Lock the door. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click that notification bell. Like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like the first and the 15. Welcome to the Mailroom. When you come in and take a look at your mind, examine your heart. You can go anywhere in the world, get a couple of lives, but you come right here to get the truth, and the truth you shall receive. This is not a glorification or a glamorization. It's always education. Get on the bus and let me take you to school. Shout out to the chat room. Shout out to Rodney Scott, RDL. Shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate you guys for joining me on this Sunday, man. I know it's football Sunday. Most people probably got their heads stuck in the game, but that's okay. We got to do what we got to do over here. Shout out to the mailroom once again in the Mailroom Nation. Once we come here, guys, listen. I had to chime on this because I saw this and it made me think about the honeymooners. And I don't know why it made me think about the honeymooners, because the honeymooners was a show years ago with Jackie Leeson and Fred Norton. And there was, he was Ralph and Fred and Trixie and all these different characters that was in it. But it was hysterical and comical. But in a sense, when I think about Mar-A-Lago, Donald Trump and Mar-A-Lago, and then to see Harry O and the guy Trick, right? I don't have no problem with anybody political standings or how they vote or whatever, because I'm a registered independent myself. But I don't think that in the near future I'll be indulging in voting or any of that because of what I'm seeing and what has been done. First of all, Donald Trump has been indicted on 34 counts, and he was found guilty. So therefore, I don't think that anybody applying for any job should have to mark whether they're a convicted felon or not. I think that should be taken out of circulation at this point, because now we've proven that we can elect a felon to the highest office in the land. We saw this, and we seeing him making maneuvers and moves, and we see him bringing people like Trick. First of all, God, your name is Trick, bro. I'm a stickler on this. When somebody introduce themselves with a particular name, I take their word for it. Somebody tell me my name is Crazy, I believe they are crazy. If they tell me their name is Trick, okay, I believe you's a trickster. Okay, I don't have nothing against you. I really don't know you. All I can do is say, but I will say this: I saw you down in Mar-A-Lago, Trick, and you went to explain yourself. To me, if you're genuine, you're sincere about what you're doing, you should never have to explain yourself, bro. Never have to explain yourself, because your position is your position on this, and where you fall in line with him and how you lie, you're there to save Detroit. Do the work. The work will speak for itself. When you have to go on the internet and start explaining this, then I had to like look at you kind of differently because why? The truth never needs to be explained. It never needs to explain. Harry, you saying community first. Okay, we know you ain't never cared about the community. All you ever cared about is yourself. You're a self-indulgent individual, and there's nothing wrong with that. First law of nature is number one denomination, yourself, right? But at the same time, if you're saying you're about the community, bro, you gotta be about the community because we all watching and looking at you. So when you put yourself out there in these circles and you surround yourself with people like Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump is a narcissist. He's a self-indulgent individual. He do not, all he use people as pawns to achieve certain goals in political, it's like chicanery. Chicanery is when you use political for a certain goal and you use individuals. That's what Donald Trump plays. He plays chicanery when he has a political and a financial goal in mind. And you guys are playing into that because here's the thing. If you go all the way back, you look at Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover, part of why he's in federal prison down there in the 8X is because he tried to play that political game. But the problem is when you don't have the complexion for the protection, you lose at their game because they will move the goalposts. And we see this where Diddy is sitting in federal prison right now awaiting trial when the guy from Abercrombie and Fitch almost had the same crimes as Diddy, but yet he was granted bail. Why? Because he was a white man. He got the complexion for the protection. So when you guys indulge yourselves and engage in these politics, guys, you guys trick, Harry-O, you guys are street guys. You don't know enough to play this political game with these people who has been playing this game for years, and they're very great at it. And they will use you and you will become expendable in the sense of whatever their achievements or their goals are. And they only using you for a moment to make it look good, Now, I don't know what you hope to get out of it or what you may receive from it, but I know this, that you're there for yourself and you're really not there for the community. Every man that has been elected into the presidency has criminal elements. The country was built on it. Exactly. But some are more present than others. Some, because just think about during the Reagan administration. We all know Reagan sold dope. Now, whether they willing to admit that, or say that he had an influence on it, they will not do that. But we all know, if you're black, you know that Reagan played a big part with Oliver North, Freeway Rick, Blandone, Noriega, and any of those individuals that was part of that were all in cahoots to that. Each player down the players down the road didn't know that the top player was him, but his underlings, his people that was running intersections and all this different stuff, running interference, they knew who he was. If you go on that side of the fence, you have to deal with that. Yeah, that's true. But the problem is, guys, that when you look back in history, right, history tells us that this stuff has been played years and years. And that's what this democracy is built on. If you go all the way back to modern Rome, when Rome was at its high peak, when it was thriving, it was smashing and taking over the world. There was a guy, his name was Julius Caesar. Joe Farrell, Rodney Scott, you are saying blacks have nothing on the wall's west side. Just reading the comments. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm gonna let you, Joe. I'm gonna let you and Rodney figure that out. But this is what Caesar said. He said, "Beware the leader who bangs the drums of war in order to whip the citizenry in patriotic fervor. For patriotism indeed is a double-edged sword, and both it bolds in blood, just as just as it narrows the mind, just as it narrows the mind." And when the drums of war have reached a fever pitched, other words, it's feverish, it's on your mind, you ready, you can't hold back, you know, and the blood boils with hate, and the mind has closed. That's another issue right there. The mind has literally closed. This is something Julius Caesar said years ago. The leaders will no longer need to seize the rights of the citizenry. Rather, the citizenry infused with fear and blinded by its patriotism will offer it up for free unto him. That's what we're seeing happening now. The citizens of this country is offering it up, whatever it is they had to offer up to Donald Trump for free. Because somehow they believe that he's going to do the work of the citizens. And how do I know? Because the leader is gladly so. That's it. All leaders these leaders from eons and eons and eons have all seemed like they have had the same agenda. They get crazed with power, and they want to seize it, and they want to hog it, and they want to take it and use it and abuse people, you know. And this is beware the leader who bangs the war drums. The drums of war, rather. Trump foreign policy is anticipated to take a confrontational stance. And the confrontational stance is that towards Iran, particularly towards Iran, you know, while fostering relationships with allies that share nationalist agendas. So there go what I'm telling you guys. This is what was written years ago. Beware of the leader who bangs the drums of war in order to whip the citizenry into patriotic fervor. But yet we see all these. Donald Trump has not selected. Why he didn't put Candace Owens in his administration? Why he didn't put Tim Scott in his administration? Condoleezza Rice and some of these other prominent Republican black leaders, so-called black leaders in the Republican Party, none of them is around. None of them is being asked to be a part of his administration. Most of the people that he's adding to his administration have come from elements of criminal activity, specifically sexual assault. The Gates guy, the guy that he had for, I think, Secretary of Defense, they all got problems. But maybe they just decoys. Maybe he's just using them to get to who he really wants in there. I don't know. I'm just watching. Don't mind me, just watching. Shout out to Antonio, man. But you know, when we see people like Harry-O, who has no idea about how these politics, Larry Hoover, I mean, because you go back to Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover probably was one of the geniuses of Chicago that knew how to play that game. And because he knew how to play the game, they moved the goalposts and they changed the rules and they put him in federal prison for it. Because he didn't do nothing different than what Daley did. He didn't do nothing different from what any other Democrat in that city did. The Democratic Party has always controlled Chicago politics. And I am not making no excuses for no Democrats, no Republicans, or nothing. They are one and the same. Right wing, left wing, both belong to the same darn bird. Bro, if that's what you believe controls them, that's your business. I'm not even finna be worried about who controls it. I know that they both no good. That part. I don't care who controls it, they both are no good. When you look at it for what it is, because one may be lesser evil than the other, but they both are evil. The point You know, if you think what Harry was doing and what Trick is doing by going down there to Mar-A-Lago down there on that honeymoon, because I thought Mar-A-Lago was a golf course where people like to go get married and have honeymoons and different stuff. And then Trick doing a video talking about, yeah, got the Secret Service right here, but I bet you won't get up in the White House with that. Based on your criminal record, I bet you won't get nowhere near it. You can go to Mar-a-Lago all you want to. Yeah, it's American. You're right there. This is American white supremacists with black assistants. That's all it is, bro. And they've been doing it. You go back and you read the Act of 1710, the meritorious manumission is still in play. But then you got people who want to feel like maybe they got something different with Trump. Trump is Trump, bro. Trump is all about him and his money. And if you line up with him in business and you want his partners, you in cahoots with him, then you win. But if you just a regular citizen walking around paying taxes, you in trouble. They both agreed to the 94 crime bill, aka Biden's law, and both parties signed off on it. Yeah, they did, man. And the Congressional Black Caucus helped push it. And all the black preachers in Bush. Just think about this. Remember all them black pastors and bishops that was up in the office and took that photo shoot with Trump? Where are they now? What about when Steve Harvey, Jim Brown, and some other black prominent leaders went down there with Trump? How long did that last? How long do you figure a Harry and a Trick gonna last? If these people who has facial recognition, have celebrity, have millions and millions of dollars behind them, and Trump only gave them 2 seconds of his time and then dismissed, took a photo. It was just a photo opportunity. It's just a photo shoot. That's all it is. Trump has been good at taking photo opportunities with black people, and you guys somehow conclude that this is him interacting with black culture. Trump is great at saying some of the most brilliant things, and everybody believe it. Everybody believe that somehow that what he's saying is 100% correct, and anything else is just nonsensical. Because Trump said it, it's gonna happen. I'm Donald Trump. In today's hip hop culture and gang culture landscape, contemporary thinking indicates that the current hip hop and gang culture intersection is more influenced by emotional rhetoric. Most of you guys that's why you get all these people that run up in the clubhouse and listen to the Whack 100s and some of these other people is because they into the emotional rhetoric. They love it. They love the dramatization. They love the ridicule. They love the degradation. They love the pointing of the fingers and dragging black people down. This is what they do over there. They literally drag people down daily. But you'll never see them drag the Jewish community. You'll never see them drag the Asian community. You'll never see them drag the Hispanic community. All they do is drag black people. There has to be something wrong with that ideology and that sort of thinking. You know, it's emotional rhetoric. Then it's not no logical reasoning attached to it. The consequences have resulted in the emergence of straight up hope addicts. That's what it is. They just hope at a bunch of people just hoping to get some money or hoping to be in this part of section of life and have a greater bite of money or land or opportunity and property and be, a lot of people just want to be famous. They don't want no money. They just want to be famous. And then when we look at it in totality, there's a cross section of individuals, right? And they range anywhere from, let's see, I'm gonna say 18 to 40, probably. They want five things: blunt, PlayStation, a girl with a big booty, a bucket, and some social assistance. And how you survive off of that is beyond me. They don't want no information. They don't want to be part of innovation. They don't want to be part of investment. They don't want to even be part of growth. And they definitely don't want to read nothing. Those are the other five things that they don't want. But the five things that they do want are destructive in nature. They're psycho philosophical, biblical, spiritual, and intellectual enslavement, indoctrination. They're castaways. They are third class citizens, and they are hopelessly doomed to that mediocrity. Therefore, the people that are in power will have no problem getting rid of them. It's just like in fascist Germany, when they came for them, these guys over here said nothing. Then they came for these guys, those guys over there said nothing. Then when they came for us, there was nobody left to even say anything. That's how that's going to work. You mark my word on it. Project 2025. Now, I don't know why you guys keep trying to excuse the rhetoric that's in there. Or, I get the diversity, equity, and inclusion. I get why people have a problem with that. But for to take out the affirmative action and the things that's going to be, that's good for Black, only interested in what's good for Black people, because everybody else seems to got their piece of the pie. We just don't never get ours because they want to lump us up in everybody else's cake mix, and they wind up getting winding up with the bigger end of the stick, and we wind up with the short end of the stick. They both agree. Actually, these hip hop artists, actors, but in the celebrity class, it's not aligned with the Black. You're right. You're right, Rodney. They're not. In no way and no how, bro. It's almost like it's a secret society. Of course, we know that the bootleg exists in a secret society, but in the end of the day, it's almost like they took a secret oath. If we allow you to be rich, then you cannot go to your poor, impoverished Black communities and enrich them or show them how to be better, how to improve, how to change their circumstances. It's almost like they have taken an oath for that. They pass out turkeys. I don't want no damn turkey. They pass out turkeys on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and they tell you good year, Happy New Year's on New Year. That's it. Oh, and they pass out toys too. Okay. Big deal. That's what Black celebrities do. Black athletes, Black celebrities, that want to feel like they have a connection still within the community. That's what they do. They come do something during Thanksgiving, Christmas, and they tell you Happy New Year's on New Year. That's it. Salute to Professor Melly Mel, man. But once again, beware the leader who bangs the war drums. The drums of war, That was written years ago by Julius Caesar. Well, I know how I know this because I am Caesar. That's what Caesar said. it's just ridiculous that then to see it, play out in front of you with the same type of arrogance and audacity. Them turkeys was taxed right off you, right? Them turkeys was definitely taxed right off. Yeah, But then again, the more dry old turkeys, So again, Caesar said, beware the leader who bangs the drums of war in order to whip the citizens to patriotic fervor. The patriotism indeed is a double-edged sword, in both bows and blood, just as it narrows the mind. And when the drums of war have reached their fever pitch and the blood boils, the hate in the mind calls has closed. The hate in the mind has closed. This is where we at, guys. You know, the leader will have no need in seizing the rights of the citizenry. He had no need after that because he's already in power. Rather, the citizenry infused with the fear and the blinded by patriotism will offer it up for free, their rights unto the leader, and gladly so. How do I know this? Because this is what I have done, for I am him, Caesar. That's what Julius Caesar said. Now, if that ain't Donald Trump, then I don't know. He has seized the night. He has seized the day. How many people want the free turkeys? I don't trust them free turkeys. How many people want the free turkeys? Ice is solid too till you put some heat on it. Archangel, what's happening, man? The saying's right. you but and then you see all these guys running around, like they somebody, you see the big U's, you see the Harry O's, you see the tricks and whatever the cats over in New York, Atlanta, whatever they names, man, you know. But I ain't mad at them because they getting their money. But at what cost? At what cost are they getting money? Who suffers? I'm gonna tell you, there are no millions and billionaires in this country without somebody suffering. You can't be a millionaire or a billionaire if somebody didn't suffer, bro. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. They're not going to make it that far up the ladder or the food chain without stepping on somebody, demoralizing somebody, demeaning somebody, putting somebody in the crosshairs or something. Because look at Diddy. I'm telling you, look at Diddy. Diddy still sitting in federal prison when the guy, go look it up, the guy from Abercrombie and Fitch, the CEO, almost had the same identical crimes as Diddy. He walking around free as a bird. The rules, man. When you don't have the complexion for the protection, it's going to change. Just think about if Barack Obama had done anything remotely close to what Trump did. They would have barbecued him, tarred and feathered him, hung him, castrated him. That's what happened. Everybody can't get the bag. Now they can't, bro. But what cost did the bag come? What is the cost for the bag? I love O'Shea Duke Jackson. He's the biggest black Trump supporter on YouTube. But I love O'Shea. I don't care about O'Shea Duke Jackson supporting Trump because most of those people that support Trump are supporting him for tax reasons. You can't be mad at them because they're in a certain tax bracket and they're gonna benefit from Trump tax policies. The guys like that, yeah, but a guy like Trick and Harry-O, they ain't reached that yet. Harry-O still trying to resurrect Death Row. Death Row is dead, stinking, and rotten. Snoop over there playing with it, making it seem like it's something. But why is Snoop on tens of thousands commercials and doing this and doing that? And Death Row is just kind of just every now and then he'll mention it or whatever. But It's not like Death Row is his main obligation, is what I'm saying. It's not a priority to him. The music business is dead. Who buys music anymore? Most of you guys stream it, or go to YouTube to get it, or some kind of way you get it off of some other site. You don't go to there are no more record stores, there are no more shops or anything. Remember the little Asian shops used to be in a swap meet. You used to go buy your CDs and all this different stuff and cassette tapes and record albums. That stuff don't even exist no more. So there's no money over there. So most of these kids that now they figured out, these kids, they can make music from the iPhone or the Android, and depends on what their numbers are. The music business work like this now. If you got 200,000 or 300,000 followers and your music is piping like that, then the industry, the music, the higher ups will come and say, hey, let's put this guy in a bigger market and we'll offer him this contract. And then based on whatever the perks are, whatever, you either accept it or you reject it. So, but the music business is not like, because are they even playing instruments anymore? There's very few bands that have instruments. I love instrumentals. I grew up with instrumentals because I read both treble clef and bass clef. Went to the Catalog Ball, Adderley, UCLA Music School. Yeah, I was a musician. But anyway, that's another story. So yeah, Harry O done more damage to the black community than the KKK. Hey, bro, I can't say I disagree with that. And the same with Trick Tricks. The same thing with him, bro. But dude, let me ask you this. Do you really believe somebody like Donald Trump would really take either Harry O or Trick Trick serious in the game of money? Because this is the money game they trying to get in. They trying to get into the money game, right? Right. Synthesizer and drum marches. They're trying to get into the money game, right? But are they ready for that money game? Because the rules are different. The plays are different. Nobody knows the plays. Donald Trump is going to quarterback the plays. And he's gonna put anybody that he wants into the game. That's true enough. But if you don't get a title, or you don't get an appointment, or you don't get, hey, I want you to oversee this, then you're not part of that circle. You're just standing there like a dummy, like one of the honeymooners. It's just a honeymoon. Honeymoons are only temporary, bro. That's why I call it the honeymooners. It's a temporary feeling that goes away real quick, and then reality comes back. Whether you have your honeymoon in France, Italy, Africa, Kirks and Caicos, it's a very, very temporal moment. And then you take pictures and you left with the memory of it. So they got to go to Mar-A-Lago. They got to take pictures. They got to say, hey, look at there. They go to the Secret Service vehicles. Hey, look at me. Okay, cool. Now, he might be able to take that back to LA. He might be able to take that back to Detroit and find some people that just like, okay, man, maybe he do got a line on Trump, man. He can call Trump. Let me put some money in his pocket and get him to be a lobbyist. So they might be lobbying. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I see, But I don't get into the feelings part about it. I just tell you what I know and I think, and I can do this observable reality thing true enough. But the bulk of it, there's some stuff going on that we may never know, Tim Scott and and Byron Donald still wait. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even Candace Owens thought she was going to be the press secretary. So Tim Scott and Byron Donald sitting around look like two Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's just how crazy this stuff is, bro. But everybody money bags, and everybody seems to believe that Donald Trump, because over the years, he has taken photos with black actresses, black celebrities, black people that have money, but those are only photo opportunities because Donald Trump knows media. He knows media. He knows the importance of being seen in certain circles. He knows the importance of branding his name. That's what he's great at. He is great at branding his name. And he sells it to anybody that's willing to pay millions and millions of dollars for it. He's great at that. He's also great at seeing some things that they sound so good that you believe it, even though you know it sounds crazy. Donald Trump said he was a lifelong Democrat. Donald Trump was a lifelong Democrat. Then he figured it out. He said, if I run as a Republican, if I ever ran for president, I run as a Republican. Because number one, they're the most dumbest voting group. They believe everything on Fox News. That's number two. Number three, I can lie to them. Number four, I bet my numbers will be great. That's Donald Trump all day long. P.T. Barnum, con man, one of the greatest showmen ever. Can sell you some beachfront property in Arizona, and you believe it's there. Conservatives are only good for shining masters. Black conservatives. Remember when what was that? When Donald Trump was doing the thing, he was shaking hands, and when Tim Scott was trying to shake his hand, Donald Trump pushed his hand out the way and walked past him. That's really Donald Trump right there. That's who he is. He's telling you at that moment, he's showing you exactly who he really is. See, you can only pretend so long, but then at some point, the reality, because what's behind the appearance is the reality. The reality begins to shine and come out and reveal itself. I know you all seen that. You seen him when he was on that stage. And Tim Scott shook his hand out, Donald hand shaking all these powerful white people's hands. Tim Scott stuck his hand out. This guy is a senator, right? Donald Trump pushed his hand out the way and went past him. And he's sitting there looking like a goofy. Ronald Reagan was a Democrat before he became a governor in California. All these people be something before they become something, No, they're not. You saw them marching. What was they marching at? I can't remember. They was dressed all in black, had the swastikas, had the big black flags with the red swastika on it, marching. It could have been in Ohio. Recently, these guys have been emboldened. They are emboldened by Donald Trump, his win, and everything he says. Remember, he said both sides. Then he's saying that police departments, he want to bring back stop and frisk, and they have total immunity, and he want them to rough you up a little bit. So how you dismiss all that to get a few dollars, so there's some black people will dismiss all that and let you suffer all that, because we have known since 1619, police departments have always been weaponized against black people. Hasn't changed. That's why they act inappropriate, disrespectfully, and they don't feel like they have to treat you like your counterparts, white people. They feel that they don't have to treat you fair. That's what they feel. They don't feel that they have to treat you fair. You don't deserve to be treated fair. Archangel, you're right. Being a convicted felon is an ex-felon now. But his foreign policy, he's gearing up to do something against Iran. That's more likely where he's headed with it. You know, he's saying that he's not a warmonger, but trust me. Remember when he sent that missile? It was, what was it, a drone missile? Soleimani, the general from the Iranian Guard. Man, they couldn't even find that man's shoes, and that thing was so precise and precision. You see, and that's another thing, guys. When it comes to weaponry and war, a lot of the United States don't really give Ukraine money. What they do is give them arms. It's not like they really giving them money. They giving them arms, right? But the arms they giving them is obsolete. Things that they can't really dispose of. It's hard to get rid of them without damaging the environment. So they just set them up and put them up in bunkers and pull them away until they find countries like Ukraine, or they find countries like Vietnam or whatever. I'm just using Vietnam as an example because they was totally against. But what I'm saying, that's the weapons that they giving them from way back then, the old stuff. The new stuff is that stuff that you saw when they blew Soleimani up out his shoes. They knew precisely where that man, he was a general, where he was going to be when he got out the car, and everything. He was evaporated just that quick. And what about Biden doing in Ukraine? I mean, you know, laser beam technology. Yeah, but you're right, Archangel, but they're not giving that technology to Ukraine. They're not even giving it to Israel. Israel get a little more better weapons than Ukraine because they feel like for some whatever reason that Israel only been established since 1948. And the people that are there were people that was ran out of Germany and Poland and right on, Active Chucks. What's going on? That was ran out of Germany and ran out of Poland. And those were the Jewish people. And they settled in what is now called Israel and Palestine. The Palestinian people, been there forever. That's why they got this defense mechanism called Iron Dome. Iron Dome is a defense where it shoot down incoming rockets and missiles and stuff. That is an old system. The United States has something far better. Just think about it, guys. If China thought for 1 minute that they could take us, they would have done so. If Russia thought they could take us, they would have done so. How can you let a country like the United States keep bullying and putting sanctions on you, stopping you from having growth and stopping your country from to where you have to start starving? North Korea is almost starving to death. The United States is not worried about them people, man. There's a guy named Peter Zahn. Go listen to him, man. He'll tell you about all that. Peter Zahn. Yep. That's not gonna stop, man. Because Ukraine was Russia. They just bombing their own country for real. The USR, Ukraine was part of that. It's just, politics. That's why I'm saying that when you get guys like Trick and Harry-O, they don't know that game, man. That is a high stake game right there. They don't know how to play that hand. I don't know really what they motivations are or what their agendas are. Hopefully, I believe that they're there just to get some money and somehow empower, enrich themselves, and then pretend like they're coming back to help the community. What is the community first? And Trick, he says he's going to save Detroit. But always remember, guys, I don't care who they are. If somebody tell you, hey, bro, my name is Crazy. Hey, bro, my name is Knucklehead. Hey, bro, my name is Trick. Why is your name Trick, bro? I got to take your word for it. There's got to be some trickery for you to have that name. Every name that's given, it has a significance to it. There's a reason why the name is given. If somebody introduced themselves to you as Crazy, believe them. They are crazy. They told you they're crazy. Yeah, that's it. You're right, Ronnie. Those was the ones. That's exactly. Those was the ones. Detroit better get ready for what the missile defense shield. Well, that's what I say. These people do these things at what cost? What is the cost that you aligning yourself under this and for you to benefit, and how many people gonna suffer? If he keeping it real, because when he started explaining why he was there, that's what drew my attention. Have he not explained it and he just left it like it was, I wouldn't even question it. But when he started explaining, why you need to explain? The truth don't need to be protected. The truth is what it is, the truth. It don't need to be defended. It don't need to be protected. It don't need for nobody to run a block for it. The truth is the truth. But once again, I know everybody getting up for the next football game, so I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here. But you guys know me. I am Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click that notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the 1st and the 15th. But, before I go, in the words of King Babalu.
Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. Babalu, I got a quick question. What are most of these hood comprised of when you look at them in totality?
Man, for everybody who's listening, please don't forget this. In all gangs, don't matter where you from, all right? There's always going to be a short few that lead everybody, give them strength. But remember this, baby. Gang members and gang banging, it consists of 25% serious motherfuckers that's really doing it, and 75% cheerleaders. Which one are you?
Lock the door.
There it is there, King Babalu, Professor Melly Mel. Once again, don't mind me just watching, church moving, but go ahead and lock that door.
Cali Finders, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money, got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money, got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the feds get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me, that's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it, I just make it happen. Word on the block is that my shit go. Reach for the low.
Lock the door, cause we are gone.